What is up, guys? Sindrake here. I don't usually make these kind of videos, but this one kind of came up really fast, and turn of events came through, and like for this game company, and this is about second wave. If you haven't seen like the thumbnail or the title by now, but we're actually going to go over and discuss a little bit of what is happening and what is the next step and like for second wave. When this video comes out, I have decided I'm not going to send out any TikToks, any like shorts, anything of second wave, because it is that kind of video. It kind of is pretty sad to even find out like that. I don't know how to explain it, because when I did hear about this, like, it was literally that morning that I was going through Discord and I saw that ping on everyone, and it was just shocking, because the game, okay, but long story short, the company is actually disbanding, getting shut down, splitting, and it's really sad, because they don't even have like a good like running of games. They have a mobile game that it's kind of like, I don't even know, I haven't looked too much into the mobile game, but from the looks of it, it looked kind of like a Town of Salem kind of game. They only have 2 games on their belt, and they spent most of their time on, what was it? I think they called it Project Blue or Project B, something project. But we'll probably go over it through the letter. We'll probably skim it. We'll hit the key points. But this is gonna be mostly about second wave. I will give you guys the goodbye letter in the description below if you guys want to read that. But it is very heartbreaking, to say the least. It was just, I mean, just talking about it right now, I'm getting goosebumps, because it really did, like, their story really did get to me, and it's really sad. Like I said, they've only had like 2 projects, 2 games. They worked on second wave the longest, trying to perfect it. And you know, I respect every last one of them working their butts off. And at one point, I was reading the letter. At one point, they were working for free. You guys, they were working for free. And that's kind of like fucked up too. But at the same time, you have to admire the commitment to the team of such a good, of just going above and beyond for a game. And it has so much potential. Hold on, pause. I should probably just do this. All right. So, like I said, long story short, we're going to summarize this right now. Company is getting shut down, split, however you want it. So that means their games are going to get shut down. I'll give you the details right now. Let's read this letter, and let's get a little bit emotional. Grab your popcorns and let's read it together. We're just going to skim it, like I said. If you want to read it yourself, I'm going to leave it into the description below. But we're going to hit the key points. It's going to be mostly about second wave. Okay. To start off, we have Goodbye Heroes. This is actually the name of the universe for second wave, and then this is for their other game. Because like I said, they've only had 2 games on their belt. Just to start off, from the CEO, and again, it's so sad. On May 29th of 2022, I was at a standstill, unsure where to go in the game industry, but I knew I wanted to start my own company. I was setting up a studio and our current shareholders asking me questions after the final review. Hold on. Sorry, the music kind of feels loud now. And it doesn't feel like background music, you know? It's just kind of loud for me. But stopped me before I could answer. He said, "Before I join, I want an honest answer." And I agreed. "You're so good at your job, but I've heard that you don't listen to your bosses and always end up doing side projects. Is that true?" I thought about the question and answered immediately, "I don't know if I'm good at my job. And to be honest, I've never talked to any of my bosses about not listening. I've always tried to get results by thinking for myself and the direction I think the company should go. Yes, it's true that I always want to do side projects, but that's because I want to be a person who can do more than one project at a time. But I just don't have the ability to do that yet. Even if I work day and night, just one project is too much for me," I remember telling him. And before he said anything, I finished with my last words, "I'm someone who has a lot of enemies, but that won't stop me." That was when we decided to start a company together. Damn. I spent the whole month of June looking for an office space, computer, and desk because I wanted to get the ball rolling and get started as soon as possible. It was a new path for me and I wanted to do my best. I remember it was a very hectic time, but I was very happy. It was my first company. We had a lot of developers who came and helped me carry all the luggage and install computers, the internet, and even the refrigerators. I remember the developers bringing flower pots and coffee makers. I was very happy and dreamed of a new beginning. In July, Challengers Games Corp was officially formed and I began planning our first game, Project B. The game was not really intended to be a money-making game, nor a paid P2E, which I don't know what that means, to be honest. I think that's I don't know. Should we look it up real quick? I'm gonna look it up real quick. Okay, we looked it up. P2E is pay to earn. Okay. Nor a pay to earn game that many potential investors were interested in. I've always been skeptical about pay to earn games. To be honest, I don't want to make them. Even if I would even make them, I wanted the games I made to be worthy of being released on the main market. I originally thought Project B would just be an SRPG, tactical role-playing game, but it didn't feel right. The game that actually inspired the creation of Project B was called Spellbreakers. And if you don't know what Spellbreakers, another game that got shut down. It was a wizard spell battle royale game. So you would basically run around in a closed off map. There is a zone. The zone gets smaller. You know, if you're not familiar with battle royale games, that's basically what it was. Spellbreakers got shut down, I want to say a while ago now. But basically run around, pick up skills. Those are your skills. You get like perks and abilities, power up your skills. You fly, and certain abilities do different things, right? Basically, it was a battle royale game with abilities. There was a lot of challenges when I started the company. The first was the art team. Yes, the team is great with the artwork now, but back then there was no art team. After all, the company was a startup and no one was really interested. That is the gist of it. Like I said, we're going to be skipping here and there. Pretty much the origin of Second Wave. So at this time, we were about 2 developments in the outsourcing of games worth $6 million. We discussed the majority of shareholders whether we should focus and develop only Project B without focusing on any other projects or applications. With their permissions, we were able to focus on Project B, which we eventually renamed to Second Wave. In November of 2022, we started the prototype and took it to G-Star. I brought a demo to G-Star, made it in the console version, and brought it to me, which made it difficult to show because I had to play it with my gamepad. So it was showcased at G-Star, and this is so early in the prototype. Prototype, like I said, if you want to read all these details, it is in the description below. It's just, I feel like if I read this whole thing, I would cry, like, soon, like, soon. And then they talk about their second game. But if you're interested in that, again, it is in the description. We are just talking about Second Wave right now. Okay, I think it's right here. Okay, we're up to date now from this point right here. During the beta period of October 11th, so this was last year. This was coming up on, like last year. So October 11th, we stayed up all night fixing and testing the problems. I couldn't solve the matchmaking problem, but fortunately, if I kept matching, it would match and go into the game. The lag problem has not been fixed, even now in early access. Even in this state, many users enjoyed playing the game and said it was fun. It was a beta test with a lot of things missing, but a lot of people were excited and encouraged me. I received a lot of feedback, and I was sure that solving the task I received at the time would make a great game. However, starting with that beta, the company was in trouble. We are already 2 billion in debt. We needed additional investments. To make matters worse, there was a split in the art team, and the entire animation team left the company. Bro, this is so sad. I'm crying inside, dude. I had to find a way to get through this situation. We had our own internal project called Project I, where 2 people were working on R&D at the time. Okay, this is something completely different. We're gonna just skip that. In March, when the wage appears began, the team anxieties grew, and they believed we would make it by the end of April. By April, all of the known game publishers had completed their reviews over Second Wave and eventually dropped us without processing with the publishing contract. I contacted the Korean Credit Guarantee Fund and the Korea Technology Guarantee Fund, went to the bank and borrowed money, and did everything I could. I was introduced to all the investments and went ahead, but in the end, it was rejected. This is so sad, dude. This is so sad. Oh, I thought it would be impossible to develop Second Wave without a North American and European publisher contract. I offered the publisher of C and SIE that I could not sign a contract, and I apologize for doing early access. I could not develop the promised quality and therefore could not sign a contract. At the end of April of 2024, we started to prepare Second Wave for early access. The number of developers were reduced from 90 in the January of 2024 to 30 in May of 2024, and the early access was created by 20 of these developers. Fuck, dude. Oh my god. By the end of April of 2024, we were pushing development hard, so many things were added and developed, but we could not add anything into the live version. In the end, we grabbed what we could and did as much testing as we could. Neither the Versus AI nor the training mode was ready or good enough to put in, but we had to try. There was no cash shop, there was no item shop. We managed to get it done by the end of May. We couldn't pay JIRA anymore, so we switched to tracking bugs on our Notion site. During this time, our 20 members tested, developed, tested every single day. We did everything we could. Originally, early access was going to happen without any of the things we were fixing and adding, but we made it. And even then, it wasn't stable. We did our best. This is so sad, dude. If we could get to stage 2 of our goal, we definitely thought we could look forward to the future. We had already talked to Xbox and figured we get the game on Xbox Game Pass as originally planned, which we would at least cover the cost of development. So we released the early access version to second wave on May 31st of 2024. That was a month ago. So we are up to date a month ago, right? Within the first hour of its release, we received overwhelmingly negative reviews, and this time it wasn't just because of the matchmaking, but also because sometimes the game wouldn't even start, and we spent the whole day and night checking the server code. I didn't have that problem, but I was paying attention to Steam reviews. Everyone was complaining about matchmaking, and it's, some of us, and when I mean some of us, I mean me and like people in the Discord community, we were hoping that it would just, die through, and developers were hoping that the people who actually supported the game, that was all they needed. But it just didn't look good, and I wanted to stay hopeful for the game, but honestly, I didn't see this shutdown coming. Like, I didn't think it was that drastic. It honestly just breaks my heart. Like, if I didn't have context on and just trying to like stop myself from crying, I would be crying. Cause like, well, I mean, we'll discuss it even more. Let's finish this first. As the server's issues stabilized in some degree, we began to discover even more problems. Issues where characters weren't getting hit because of the aiming changes, or issues where magic damage was doubling. There are a lot of issues that wouldn't normally go live if we were doing a Q&A properly. But because there was no QA team, especially among our remaining 20 people, all these issues were seen and found by the players, and they were not very happy. I don't blame them. I wanted to show you a really cool game that was free, but it is only seen as pay to test game, which made me very sad. After we launched early access, we thought about making it free. All the remaining people got to get together to discuss it. We thought that if we updated Dead Reckoning together and made it free, the response would be better again. The fun of the game was there. I expect that there would be hope if we could fix the server problems. Unfortunately, development did not continue. It's still not finished. To be honest, at this point, I think it would be finished by June 25th. But I don't think we can even include it because it's too late. And the servers could not be paid, and we thought that if we could somehow pay the June debt, that 71 million won would be closer to 100 million won, plus another 20 million won for advertisement or marketing that have not been settled, and 4 major insurance premiums for unpaid wages, and severance pay up to 825 million won in investments from majority shareholders in January and February of 2024. Currently, there is a debt of about 2.4 billion won. This ad really just ruined the vibes. I'm so sorry. That ad just ruined the vibes. Anyways. The company's account has been seized by the 4 major insurance companies, and we had been under investigation by the Ministry of Labor and Employment since April. I was unable to pay for AWS between June 2nd to 9th as Amazon locked our accounts and we could no longer update anything. The cost from AWS from May 20th until June was already 10 million won. I'm afraid that second wave will unfortunately not be able to continue in July because, quite frankly, we have absolutely no money to pay for the servers, and ultimately the servers will end up shutting down. On June 7th, I desperately tried to pay for the servers by selling off all the PCs that we had from the developers that had left. But the moment I sold the computers, it was confiscated by the insurance companies. I could not pay with the company credit card, where it looked grim. Bon, or as you know him, Kubrick, ended up paying for it with his own credit card. Thank you, Bon, for your courage and dedication, and I'm so sorry. This is so freaking sad, dude. I can't even. Yes. It took a very long time to fix some issues, like the one with Michaela, and there was such a backlog, but it wasn't until June 9th that AWS unlocked our accounts. Since March of 2024, all of our teams had been working without pay. Hoping for a miracle, I wanted to make the game a success, but I apologize for everyone for not being able to do so. I also feel a heavy responsibility for overdue wages. I will find a way to pay everyone. But regardless of what happened and how we got here, I'm not ashamed of this experience. I am proud to have created Second Wave. Proud and honored to have worked with the team I had. I'm proud of all feelings that we had during the time we created Challenger Games and Second Wave. I'm proud that we at least tried. Fuck. But now it is time for Challenger Games to acknowledge that it is no longer able to do business. It is incredibly difficult and sad, but what I want to say is that this is not the final chapter for Second Wave. It is possible that you will see it again in the near future. One way or another, we will start over and we will announce things when we are ready. And for now, I wanted to give you all this message from us so that you know the situation and we can prepare to end the second wave, the end of Second Wave before the servers suddenly stop. The closure and dissolution will be discussed with our shareholders, and I think it will be based on the result. But Second Wave will no longer operate as of June 24th. And that is in 2 days, y'all. Challenger Games will be closed accordingly, and refunds will be provided by Steam as we reach out to them, help us with the processing as the game will no longer be available. We anticipate a smooth process that we have taken any revenue, a smooth process as we did not take any revenue from Second Wave. If you have any new information to share, we will do so on Discord prior to the shutdown. The Discord server will be closed starting on July and will no longer be accessible to players. We are truly sorry to absolutely everyone who has been there for us, rooting for us, supporting for us. Thank you for believing in us. Sorry for letting you down. This is not the final road for us, but it is the final chapter for Challenger Games Corp. Thank you for always being there for us and for making us believe in the game development again. Thank you, and goodbye, heroes. The game industry is so unpredictable. You can have a really good potential game, but then you just don't have the funds to back it up. And that's honestly the hardest part. Everything just starts falling apart, and it's just so sad. Like the gaming industry is just so unpredictable. Don't get me wrong. I honestly myself, I was thinking about like game development. I've been encouraged and discouraged at times. But I don't know. I mean, I don't have any knowledge of like that stuff, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not talking about me, but I'm just saying the gaming industry is very unpredictable, especially for a company that doesn't have much in their portfolio, you know? It really just breaks my heart. And all I can say is I hope the development team can find a job, and I hope everything is okay financially in their lives, because that sucks. Like, it's just kind of like a big fuck you to your face, and like, that's life. And I just hope everyone's okay. But yes, that is that was the letter. Again, description below. I can't stress that enough. If you really want to read the rest, and I'm not sure. I'm kind of forgetful. Sorry if I haven't said it already. Like I said, I will not be posting any shorts, any more content of second wave after this. But yeah, I really hope the best for them. There really isn't anything that I can think of to support them individually, because they are splitting up. The company is being split. But if you do find a way, please tell people, put in the comments. It's just so unfortunate. It's a really, and I said it in the first impression video, and I feel like I say it a lot, but the games that I review, definitely big potential games. I only review, honestly, good games that I really enjoy, just games I enjoy, and most of the time they are like, wow, you know, you don't see this, and sometimes it's always based off like the industry and the player base, and you know, it's the players, it's you guys, and it's just, I don't know, there's just not much you can say, not much you can do. But But anyways, let us continue this. We have one more little segment for this. We do have the Discord information part of this. I'm gonna bring that up real quick. It's just further information on what is going on. We're gonna read this together right here. If you are not in the Discord, already, you probably know about this already, but for those of you who have this muted or etc., the Discord is gonna be going down. Okay, I'm gonna just give this information now. There is additional information for the company and the games. Okay. First off, information, right? For Steam Access, so for this segment right here, there was additional information of like updates and free to play. Like I said, I kind of stopped updating you guys on. I sort of stopped updating you guys. I know I was like a little behind, but again, I didn't think this would happen. I didn't think this was a possibility for the company. But there's probably not anymore, but there was a demo version that basically made the game free. There was a demo access where you could still play the game and be online and still have all the different things if you haven't purchased it. along with well, since we're on the topic, Steam will now retire the game, so you won't even see it in the Steam like store anymore, unfortunately. And that goes with like soundtracks that purchasable or anything like that. But on top of that, we're talking about refunds. We did get back and forth to Steam, and fortunately we were able to, just in time before they were able to send us the money from Steam. They're now processing refunds, and those refunds will be provided by players next week. This should include crystals as well. So if you did buy crystals or any sort of like anything related to the game, you are getting that refunded. I'm just so lost with words, y'all. I'm just, for some reason, like, just this game company specifically had a really incredible like idea for a game, and they wanted to perfect it. They were very transparent with the community, and they wanted to make a great game for the players. They did. They genuinely wanted to make a great game for the players, and it honestly just makes me depressed. That's it. That's the thesis, because it's just so sad, dude. Anyways, let's leave depression behind us. Next, we're gonna go for our Patreons. For those of you who are actually in their Patreon, receive the key. The key will be revoked, and any purchases again will be refunded. Okay. Also with third-party key stores, also will not work. Will be revoked. So basically, every sort of access you will get into the game, you won't have access. And then servers will be gone on June 23rd, and that is again tomorrow. That is going to be tomorrow. By the time this video goes up, it'll probably be too late. The game is gone. Honestly, I will try to get this video out as soon as possible. But by the time you guys see this, the servers have been kaboomed. I'm sorry. And then next we have the community servers. The community server, which is again the Discord. Challenge Discord will no longer have access to second wave, and we're unable to provide the assets of SDK or game files. We are aware the players would like to have a community server, but we are unable to help with this. We ask that you respect our developers during this incredible difficult time. So specifically, the assets are not going to be released. Game Scores will no longer have access to second wave. Basically, the CEO said he was going to make a comeback, okay? So that is also another reason why they didn't release the assets or anything like that. They are planning to come back, but hopefully they come back even stronger. But please just respect the developers for that. We just hope and pray they come back. They come back even stronger. And updates will be provided. The final update of the channel will be in the status once the servers are down. Thank you for being supportive, and we are sorry for having failed you. It's so sad. I just don't know what else to say, but I don't do these kind of videos, you guys. I really do appreciate you guys watching. I really do appreciate, for those of you who are actually like supportive with the game. I do wish I played it more than I did. I just wish I played it more. I just don't have much time. But with one game down, another game company down, there are more out there who are making great games. Go support them. Now, I'm not saying don't support your big companies, but there are a lot of smaller companies that can make amazing games. But I'm going to end it there, you guys. Honestly, I'm feeling very sad now. rereading this. But I appreciate you guys watching the video, stopping by. And this is definitely the end of second wave for now. And I will see you guys in the next one, gamers.